Brooke and Rachel Scar.
We were like, oh yeah, that's us, yeah.
That was the delay. The three of us going.
I know.
Oh, that's
Great. Thank you guys for being here. Very excited for having you guys. Okay. I think the first question everyone would like to get out of the way is how do you like your exit? Unfertilized. What? Oh my gosh. Okay, great. Thank you for coming. I feel like that's a good beginning and an end. Well, LostGirl's been off the air for a couple years now, but obviously there's still.
Spit up!
You guys will have a movie. It's fine. Obviously, there's still a lot of love and affection for this show and what it did in sort of the landscape of entertainment. I think it did break a lot of barriers down, and I think that that's why everyone's here. Even though it's been a few years, I wanted to ask you guys how, after spending so much time with these characters, how that's been bringing that experience to maybe other characters, and how that experience has sort of shaped the way you've gone on to other shows. Rach?
Actually, when I started Rain, it was a problem, Tamsin, because she became so much my alter ego, and I kind of jumped pretty quickly from one to the next, and so I just, started playing her, and I had these beautiful costumes, and I was like really serious, and we had a scene, and the director came up to me and she said, "Yeah, you have to stop doing the eye roll. That's not really Elizabeth." And I was like, I do it subconsciously, rolling them down. So yeah,
the response was.
I hadn't even noticed. You play a character, you inhabit a character for so long that the line between that character and you, sometimes it blurs.
It wasn't so much Lauren. I mean, you definitely have things that you hang on to, but it was actually the android. It was on my own Earth, and there's a scene, and it might have made it to the Earth, and my heart jumped out of my chest for a second because we're in this scene, and I literally just went. And it was literally, I just forgot for like a moment that I wasn't this bloody android. Winona Earp playing the least androidy character. Like, you can't even imagine when you see it. But I kind of hope it's in there, so you can all hope, oh, that's the one.
I don't know, I mean, I took a very long break after LostGirl ended, so to be full-time mama, and touching and going like,
but with no end of cleavage everywhere you went.
But I still wore the bra and had my dagger.
Anna's at Whole Foods, like trying to suck cheese. Like, what are you doing?
During filming, because we were so immersed in it. Like, as I went out on the weekend, I can remember being at a pharmacy buying stuff, and someone was kind of being rude behind me, and I turned I felt the camera push in. Like it was.
And I ran in and went, "Oh no!"
No, but yeah, it becomes part of you.
Wow. I don't know if I've seen that in Whole Foods.
since you guys did spend so much time with these characters, in addition to bringing the characters along with you in your acting work, how has it also affected how you see sort of the entertainment landscape and fandom, and how has that sort of affected your thinking? I mean, we all have to be so active on social media. Cats have Twitter accounts. Do they? People do, guys. So, do you bring? It must have been such a unique fan experience with LostGirl that's still following you now. Has it changed? Stop following me! Has it changed? I mean, coming to a con now, years later from having wrapped the show, and then having been attending cons and fan events and whatnot during filming, has that changed at all, your experience, and what you've taken away from that?
Has what changed?
Your experience, or how you experience fandom, or learn what fandom can do for a show.
I mean, I think that, I've mentioned it before, that before the first season came out, it was just Chris and I at Fan Expo in Toronto, and we were handing out LostGirl pamphlets. I mean, come over like, what's this show about? And we'd be like, oh, we have a pamphlet.
I wish to God you still had that pamphlet.
Where is that pamphlet? And we just didn't really get it, and then by the time the season aired, we went to the next one, and we felt like the Beatles coming out on stage. People were so excited.
I certainly will never forget the first panel that I ever went to.
It was pretty overwhelming. Yeah.
That was an unbelievable experience for all of us. And what was kind of cool is that we were all doing it together. Like, nothing like this had happened for any of us before, not to this degree anyway. And so we all walked on stage, and we were like, oh my God.
And even like just being there this weekend with the same kind of response to the show is. So yeah, I mean, I guess it hasn't changed. It kind of grew and then just kind of
we're as famous as ever.
Yeah.
That's actually one of the wonderful things about
Hearing me. Shut up.
It's one of the wonderful things about Netflix, because people keep discovering the show now. Or even the forums that you guys have online, or like, how many of you started watching LostGirl like recently after it was in its last season? Or yeah, I mean, that's really cool.
Also, look at Rachel's socks.
This outfit. This was my favorite T-shirt from the Gap when I was like 10. Yeah. I got
What
these.
happened when you were 10?
I was into like
it's vintage.
Okay, so
it's a little tight around the arms, actually. And then these were like $17 from Crossroads Trading Company. Gino's my fave. These I got from Tiffany's. I have magnets on my socks. And then I just liked these. But this morning my boyfriend was like, are you reading the room like that? I was like, you betcha! Real me. I mean, you're free to be who you are at this con, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure some people think I'm
Can you imagine any of those things on me? Like, not a chance. I can't pull that off.
You can pull it off.
So, do we need to do a clothing swap? Or...
We're gonna do
Right
it.
back to So along with the practice, you did come in later in the show, and I know you talked about how that was at the same time it was just as pleasant of an experience, but you kind of knew what you were signing up for.
No. Like, I knew what I was signing up for in the sense of what I saw on the screen. You know,
Okay.
Because I'd seen ads for it all the time, and everyone, especially in Canada, like knew LostGirl. But I had no idea. First of all, I had no idea the people that I was going to get to have in my life now forever, which is awesome. Like the cast, active experience, you guys, especially. But the fandom, I had no idea. And when you talk about the panel, like it was the same thing for me at the Toronto Expo. that was crazy to me. Like, it was this like 2-story eater, and there were so many people, and I was so nervous. I couldn't believe it. It was wild. So no, I had no idea. None.
And then, when did Doccubus become sort of a discussion for you, the actors? When was that brought to you as a possibility or as a development in the script?
It just kind of happened organically because I was supposed to be Chris's love interest, and they quickly realized that was like, they're like, this is just ox bagots to watch. Like, we're not doing this. And then we just had good chemistry. And so, yeah, did anyone talk to you about it being a plan, or
No.
when did that even happen?
I don't remember when it happened. I do know that, the relationship between Bo and Tamsin in the beginning was very adversarial, which was great because they were both sort of on an equal playing field in terms of their powers and their strength, and it was there was a lot of conflict, there was a lot of respect between them. So it shifted organically.
You kind of had that dynamic, that sort of adversarial dynamic with every character at the beginning. Chris. It started off kind of push-pull.
I punched it.
You and I really hated each other for a long time, and then I delivered your baby, and it was amazing. You having a baby? It was crazy. I'm still, to this day, I can't quite get that out of my head. I thought she was going to blow a fuse.
I thought I was going to blow up.
I've said this before, but I've been at 3 live births where actual humans came out. And that's the most frightening thing I've ever.
To the devil.
She is a doctor, and I am not one. So she was incredible. It was the most realistic non-birth birther.
I think I told you that too, because I had Sam at that point. I was like, that's pretty much it.
She might
High praise. Okay, so.
How do I say poop this weekend? How do I do it? We each come up with 3 books each. But at some point we have to get out on a panel. I've got all 3 of mine.
And you have to bring it up completely organic.
It's like code word on that topic. Yeah. It's like a talk show game that they So, as for the Doccubus relationship, that was obviously one that was planted from the get-go. And that's been a relationship that developed so beautifully and with such complexity across all seasons. And I was wondering how much of that conversation in the writing was influenced by you as actors in the process. I know you guys talk about how the writers are just so fantastic, and I would agree with that the reason why this show is so incredibly good and the characters are so memorable and we're so fluid in their relationships is because of the writing. But I was wondering how much that was a constant dialogue during production and during filming.
It wasn't really a constant dialogue. I mean, the pilot was written before any of us were cast. So the magic was, after the incredible pilot that Michelle Loretta wrote, the magic was then in casting. And so that was really important.
They didn't, as far as I understood, have the idea that Lauren would be around for the whole show. Essentially, it was supposed to be
Like 3 episodes.
yeah, something like that. It was going to be like a bit of a thing to throw in between Bo and Dyson. And
before we knew anything.
yeah.
Idea.
But I think that was what was so cool about the show is that, like, you know, talking about like this dynamic and when did it happen. I think like what the writing room was so spectacular at was watching very closely what was really going on and going like, this is sort of developing on its own. Should we keep going? Should we keep pushing there? And noticing that Chris and your dynamic was more brother-sister and less lover-lover, and so they were like, well, we don't need to keep trying to put a square in a circle, and like they were really. Get your square out of my circle right now. So they were amazing at doing that. They were really amazing at watching. Noticing that Ksenia had certain skills and talents, and they brought in her ability to speak Russian. And then, yeah, they really did that. They were so good at doing that, and that's really a skill to be able to watch like that and notice, and like implement it so seamlessly. And which is why what you saw such organic relationships were, because there was a kernel of some real truth.
Yeah, I think the writing inspired the actors and vice versa. Yeah. It just like there was just this back and forth. It felt great.
Yeah, they really cared. I think that speaks to how much they cared about the show. It's sort of like any relationship, noticing the little things, which they really did, and asking us questions. That's not normal. Like most writers, they don't care what your opinion is on your character. I felt like they
would come to your trailer and sit and chat and go, what do you think? And they would ask for our opinion and really be genuinely open to the dialogue of it all. It was very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, but that does not happen.
Yeah, I think that is a rare experience for actors.
Share with everyone.
Read it out loud.
Secrets don't make friends.
It's a brunch invitation. It's not a brunch invitation. I think what for the story, obviously, it's interesting to know that you coming in, Tamsin wasn't necessarily just brought in to be a romantic interest, and yet because of the nature of who they were, because for instance, we have a human and a fae, right? Lauren was human and Tamsin was fae, and that offered a lot of mileage for the story and where that was going to go.
And Tamsin was only supposed to be on for one season. I drove off a cliff, and that was really bad.
That's right, I forgot about that. I forgot you drove off a cliff.
Doing that scene with Chris. Anything with Chris makes me laugh. But we have to be falling off the cliff, and Chris would keep being like, ah! That's what it looks like when you fall off the cliff.
There's nothing worse though, because I remember I did a show a few years back called JustR, and I had to die at the end in a car crash.
Dying is the worst.
Especially when you're dying by surprise.
By surprise is the word.
Every actor loves a good death scene where you can be like, but there's the other one where all of a sudden, in this one I drove into a bridge, which of course I didn't do. All of a sudden they were like, bridge! And I was like, ah!
Sci-fi movie that was very scientifically inaccurate. But, there's a scene where there's this gigantic explosion. We're supposed to run out from the tent and see the explosion and have this big reaction that's so much, it means so much. All these people we know have died in the world. And they're like, we have one take. We're doing one take. And this poor guy. And we ran out.
I had so much fun.
We ran out like this, and I was like, my face and pretended to cry.
You are.
I only wish that he had buried his in you.
Double embarrassed. Where's Richard now? Without a career.
Sometimes in LA, but I remember the cut, he was like,
But the number of times that we're reacting to absolutely nothing.
Oh! Do you remember the cheese suck at the end? Where Anna was sucking all
Oh my
that
god. She's on a trailer. Remember she was on a trailer?
And we're all lined up. And then they're like, alright, she's sucking all your cheese. Because Paul
But then there was the moment where we all had to fall. So it was like over and over and over in the middle of the screen.
wait, the crazy thing about it is I had front row center.
Because no cheat was happening.
and it just went on.
I was on the bus.
I have pictures in my phone of you.
I'd like to ask one last question as we go ahead and get questions ready to go, ready to fire. So if you've got a question, please go ahead and start lining up. I just wanted to see if you guys could name just your favorite Doccubus or Valcubus scenes of film, or whether or not that'd be because it was iconic, such as the cupcake scene.
Actually, we were talking about it backstage because initially I was supposed to come out in a whipped cream bikini. I was like, hella no. There's not enough nose.
There's not enough whipped cream.
I just come out like covered in
Peace.
I'm just covered in like tea. And then it was a bow. It's a Yeti.
It's like, I'm gonna answer the question.
The scene between Bo and Tamsin where she really, she really fell in love with Bo.
Oh yeah. This isn't gonna work.
But it was so heartbreaking,
Yeah.
because it was so hurtful, but it was really honest. That was not the right thing, and she had to tell her that. That was a tough scene to film.
I watched it.
It was so heartbreaking. And we were so tired. And I just thought of every time I'd ever had my heart broken.
I liked a lot of the stuff that happened for us in the last season. Like,
Oh my gosh, like sitting when they were having sex.
That's one of my favorites. Yeah, sitting on the desk.
but like,
I could have done that like so long with you. That was so much fun.
even the sex bit was amazing.
Yeah.
And also me trying to get into the yellow car. And you were just like,
Anything we did with that fucking cat.
I was such a loser. Laura was such a loser sometimes. Like, I mean, I love her, but she was, a loser from time to time. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. yeah.
I can't think of a full Lauren. There's just too many. broke up a lot, got together a lot, broke up a lot.
Yeah.
But we just had too many.
I still, 5 years of it, my favorite moment really is the moment where I'm trying to explain, you're trying to explain to me, is it me trying to explain to you? I can't remember, but those two background actors were on the phone. It's like, it's perfect.
I think we told the story a little bit a couple of times,
Oh, for
but
sure.
like, Zoe and I could not stop laughing, and crew actually just, they broke so much. Like, they were like, we got the shot. Like,
It's
no.
the only time that they just gave up.
They gave up.
Forget it, it's fine, we got enough. We can do
Zoe
it.
has the background people were supposed to be like hot into each other. Remember we were like,
And you were like, it's a 7 and she's a 4, and Anna and I, and the camera is on us, and Anna and I turned to look at these two background performers who are facing each other and so into each other, trying to perform.
yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, that was fun.
and we could never get another take after that. Like, after that moment, it was over for both of us. We couldn't say the line anymore, and they failed.
Let's go ahead and open it up. Let's have our first question. Let's keep these classy. Let's go.
That's right. Zoe mentioned in the last panel about, sort of jokingly, about the idea of Bo and Lauren being in a poly relationship at this point. If Tamsin were still around, how do you think all three of your characters would react to that?
If we all were in a polyamorous relationship.
Me together, or how?
All three of you together.
And how would each of our individual characters
how each
react
of
to
your
that?
characters react to the idea of that?
I think Lauren, try to get me separated from Lauren here for a second, but like Lauren, I think would struggle, I think she would struggle with it always, but I think ultimately come to the place that she came to on the show, which was that she loved Bo, and Bo is Bo, and she knew always that she was going to need more than Lauren could give. I could give her a lot, but
I feel like she would be like so down for it. And then as it was happening, just be like ragingly jealous.
get off her.
And things would get weird.
Yeah.
And I think Bo would just be like, hey, this is me, you guys sort it out.
Let's move on to the next question.
So it's always hard for me to think of a good question, so I have a simple one for you guys. If each of your
A little bit louder.
if each of your characters were an ice cream flavor, what would they be? What is the Doccubus flavor, the mix, and then what is the Doccubus mix?
Ours is Rocky Road.
Ours is
Red Velvet.
Yeah, red velvet. Yeah. What? Tiger?
I think
Bo, we're getting ice cream.
Bo would be Heavenly Hash.
Is that a Canadian Heavenly
Lauren would be maple walnut.
So which ones of you would be vegan ice cream?
Oh my god. Bloody scene. Oh. I was so excited about that ice cream scene because I was going to get to eat ice cream for hours. And I love ice cream. And then out came this god-awful thing that Anna was like, can I have a vegan whatever? I had to eat that for the whole scene. What is this?
That was a great question, thank you.
Hi, Anna.
Just go real close to the mic, real close. Eat it.
Quick question.
Ice cream, just eat it.
Okay, quick question. And I was asking Anna this earlier. If you were the decision makers behind picking up where the series finale left off, where would you like to see the story have gone now that Tamsin's got a teenage daughter? And where would you like to see your characters have gone after that?
I wouldn't want it to pick up where it left off. If we were ever to, in some way, we went another season or another 5 seasons, I would love it to somehow, for everybody to be around. Like, to me, the show going on without Tamsin, without Trick, without, like, I want them all back somehow. And however that would look, I don't know how we would manage that, but I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I think it would either have to spin off and get a younger next generation of LostGirl fans with the daughter. Or at the beginning,
yeah.
Everyone that died back. Thank you.
Hi. I love you guys so much. I really miss the show. I wanted to ask if each one of your characters was in this room right now, seeing this massive audience, and everybody shipping different people, and if they could imagine that their lives for the past 5 years had been televised as a reality TV show. And here we are now, and there they are now. What do you think they would say?
Wow. I'd rather be like, Adam is dead. Does anyone have a burrito? I don't know. I mean, gosh, it's a kind of really cool question and a really cool image to imagine Lauren and walking out here and being like, hi, what the who are they?
I don't know, but it's sexualized.
Throughout the series, Bo had, her trust had been betrayed many times, from Lauren to Dyson, even Kenzie at one point. But she always seemed the hardest on Lauren.
Right?
Yeah. I just was wondering why you thought that Bo was so hard on Lauren when, again, everybody betrayed at one point in time. And Lauren, how do you think Lauren felt about it, or if you recognize it?
Well, I think you're hurt by the one that we care about the most.
Yeah.
So,
Really, I think that hurts the most, right? It's from that feel of love.
Do you think Lauren recognized that? Do you think she was aware that she kind of got pushed away quicker than?
I mean, I think Lauren struggled in so many ways, even just figuring out her place in their world, because for a long time she wasn't, she was a human in a non-human world, and so I always I think she questioned so much that when, that very first betrayal was as awful for her as it was for everybody who watched it, back in season 1 when she was really just trying to get her to join the Light Fae. That scene where Bo finally figured it out, and it was devastating for Lauren. And I remember filming that scene, and it was devastating for me too. Because I
auditioning that scene.
That's right, we auditioned with that scene, and I didn't know what my character was going to be. I didn't know if I was a good guy or a bad guy, so to speak. So that scene was the first time I realized sort of where I stood. And although Lauren loved Bo, I think from day one, I think that first meeting where she bends down and says, "Come with me," to me, I've always imagined that was it was love at first sight for Lauren. So the conflict always of being I love her, but I need her to do something for me, was always sort of present, and I think she felt a lot of shame about it.
Thank you, and thank you for being here. I think we're so grateful that you're here. So I really appreciate it. Thank you for giving me such a wonderful experience. Thank you.
Shout out to Maria over there working hard.
Yeah.
All the volunteers,
I was,
actually. It's been a seamless experience, and it's really wonderful for you guys to be here. I think on that note, let's give one last round of applause.